Hi everyone, welcome back to another month of Smartart box. So just a quick update on last month's box. I still have not received my April box, but I did contact Smartart and they are shipping out another one right away. So I should be getting it within the next couple of days from receiving this one. But just a short thing on that. So I am in Canada and Toronto has been shut down for the last few weeks or so due to COVID. So I thought my box was just held up because of that, but apparently my box just could be missing. So they are willing and nice to send me out a new box, which is great. And that's one thing I love about Smartart. They have great customer service. If I have any issues, I just contact them and it's dealt with right away. So that's great. So I will be receiving that box. And yes, I did do the artwork in the challenge from last month, but that's only because I had the pastels already that had came in the box, but I still want to try the other products that came in the box. So I may do a video on that. I may not, but let's get into this month's box. If I can get it open. So again, I will have the price and all the information. If you're interested in getting Smartart yourself, I will have that all down in the description below, as well as, you know, a little overview of the products. So first things first, when you open the box, we always get this nice little pamphlet. And here they even have in the front. So every month that you complete their challenges, so they will give you 4 things that you have to do, 4 pieces of art that you need to create with everything included in the box. And you can all do that in 1 piece of artwork, or you can do it in 4 different pieces. And all you have to do on your social media, I usually do it on Instagram, you just tag them with Smartart Box, Smartart Weekly, and Smartart Project, and you will get 500 Peacock points to go towards either your next purchase on their website or your next box, and that's equivalent to about $5 off your box. So if you do their monthly challenge each month, then you automatically get $5 off your box each month, which I think is really great. I usually save them up and get a free box. So this actually was free for me because I had used some Peacock points. So when you first open it, it gives you a little history about the medium that we're going to be using. And it also has all of the products that we're going to be using along with prices and a little bit about them. Then when you turn the page, you sort of have your beginner's tutorial. And it looks like we're going to be doing some pop art this month. And then on the other side, it's a little more of an advanced tutorial. And then on the back, this is where we see a little information about how to create your projects, some tips and some pointers, some information on the Smartart Challenge. And then these are our prompts. So this month it is citrus, melted, crunchy, and icy. Oh, I'm thinking like something like ice cream, or I don't know. We'll see. But let's get into the products here. So the first thing I see is this 24 slot canvas pencil roll-up case, and it says that this retails for $7.99. And let's get into this. And I like the colors on this. Okay, so it's just a really nice roll-up sleeves that you can put your pencils in, and then you can sort of roll it up like this. Now, I used to have one of these to keep my Prismacolor pencils in before I started getting like pencil binders or pencil books. So these are really convenient, and especially if you're going out and about and you want to keep just a few pencils, maybe that you're working on a certain product. Sorry, I cannot talk today, but we're just going to go with it. So yeah, if you're using a set amount of pencils that you're working on a certain project, this is great to carry those pencils around. So that's the first thing. The next thing I see is this Strathmore mixed media postcard set, and it looks like we get 15 of them. They are acid free. They're 4 by 6 inches and 184 pounds. Oh, so they must be, oh, they're pretty thick. That's a pretty thick postcard. Wow. So it says that these retail for $6.29, so $6.29. So one side is blank, and then on the other side you get the sort of usual postcard stuff. So those will be interesting to try. I've not tried the postcards from Strathmore, so that's definitely interesting. Oh, these are super cute. Okay, the next set I see is the Cookies Eraser Set. Oh, these are erasers. Erasers, not edible. This is not a toy. I love how they have to put that in there. So the Milk and Cookies Eraser Set retails for $4.99. And I wonder if they're the ones that you can put on your pencils or if they're just solid. Oh, it just pops off. Oh, wait, okay. Oh, that's super cool. It all comes apart, but you could put it together and it's like a little, maybe. It's like an eraser cookie. I don't know if it was supposed to come apart, but oh, there, it goes back together. Look at that, that's cute. And there's a little milk one. Oh, okay. It's got some paper on it, so it must just be a plain white eraser. But you know what? These are almost like too cute to use. I think I'm just going to display these on my shelf. I don't want to use them. Do they all come apart, I wonder? Oh, yes, they do. They all come apart. That is so cool. Okay, yes, I'm amazed by cute little erasers. And this one says biscuit on it. So those are cute. I don't know if I'll actually use these because they're they're too cute, but yeah. So I enjoy that. Okay, well, I can't get it back in perfectly, but that's fine because I'm going to take them out and display them on my shelf. So we get those erasers. The next thing that I see here, this box is kind of full of little things, is the Graphics Sketch Marker Set. It looks like we have 6 and sort of in primary colors with a green and a pink. So the sketch marker set goes for $17.99, and it does say that these are alcohol-based markers. Now, I feel like we've gotten a set of these markers in Smartart box before. I want to say it was either a gray set, and we may have even gotten another set too, like more. I feel like we've gotten quite a few sets of alcohol markers for them. And while I did like them, I do have like a little box that I've been putting stuff aside for eventually a giveaway. I'll probably do one maybe when I hit 500, maybe when I hit 1,000, something like that. And I do really like these markers, but the only reason I'm putting them aside for a giveaway is because I do have a ton of Copic sketch markers, and I really like those ones, and I paid a lot of money for them, so I tend to use those ones over ones like these. But I'd rather, you know, markers like these go to somebody that will use them, but I will definitely use them for the artworks. And these sketch markers are not brush tip, but they do have one big chisel tip. Can you see that? And then they have like the tiny nib on the other end. So I quite like that. And all the caps are color-coded, so they're quite easy to get the color that you want. So those will be fun to play around with. And the next thing I see here is the Brunzeel Expression Series. This is 12 colored pencils. And it says quality pencils with a strong, thick 3.3 millimeter core for a good color transfer. Now, I feel like we've gotten other Brunzeel colored pencils as well, but I don't think it was this tin. So I don't know if they've rebranded or if this is a different type of pencil from this company. I will try to leave that down in the description below for you as well, or put something up on the screen here. All right, so I do like this tin. I do appreciate the tin, and I do appreciate that the colors, you know, you can see them on the cap. So that's pretty cool. Now, I think these are different because I feel like the other pencils that we had look different. I want to say they were like in black casing maybe, or darker. So I feel like this might be a different set from this company. But those are pretty cool. So the Brunzeel Expression Colored Pencil Set goes for $14.95. And if I didn't mention, all these prices are in US prices, so please convert that to whatever currency that you have. And the next thing I see is just these little fun jelly beans. So each month Smartart box does usually send a little treat in the box, and sometimes I eat them, sometimes I don't. Jelly beans are kind of hit and miss for me, so we'll see. And then of course we have the sticker for each month, and my sticker was all rolled up, so I'm just going to try to straighten it out a little bit. So that's cute. That's sort of like in a nice pop art style sticker, which goes with the theme of the box. And then I see we have this Eco Friends 2.0 millimeter auto pencil, and it's 2B it looks like. So is this a thick pencil? Oh yes, look, it's a really thick, nice pencil. That's interesting. It's got a really nice grip to it. Oh, will it go back in? Yes, it will. Okay, it's very sharp, so try not to stab myself with it. And it's not got an eraser on, but that's where you put the pencil through. Now sometimes, no, I don't want to break it, because I was going to say sometimes you can take the cap end off and there is an eraser in there, but this is actually quite a nice mechanical pencil. I don't want to risk breaking it. But this 2B Sketch mechanical pencil says it retails for $2.99. And it is loaded with a 2B carbon black lead. So that's pretty cool. I don't have any mechanical pencils with a really thick lead like that. So that's pretty interesting. And the last thing I see here is this Lyra Rembrandt Splender. I think this is a blending pencil maybe. Like it looks like it's just a clear blender pencil, so that'll be interesting to try with the colored pencils, because normally I'm a solvent person. I like to use either Gamsol or Mona Lisa mineral spirits to blend my colored pencils, so this would be interesting to try. And it does say it's a colorless blender, and this retails for $2. So that's interesting, and it says it will give you the ability to include area-wide glossy, almost plastic smooth expressiveness into their colored pencil art. So that's interesting. So I'll definitely be trying this out. So these are all the things that we got in the box this month. Now I'm going to go ahead. I think I'm going to try like something in this style. And then depending how that goes, I may do what I normally do, combine all the prompts into one piece of art and do something like that. Or I think it might actually be fun to kind of do, since we've gotten so many postcards, to do sort of maybe 4 different pieces, or maybe 2, like combine something together. I don't know. I'll see what I'm feeling like. Okay, so this is what the swatches look like for this month. And as you can see here, the 2B pencil. So this is what the swatches look like for this month. The 2B pencil laid down really nice. I could get a little bit of a gradient, but it didn't blend out super nice. Now, I'm not super familiar with graphite pencils, but that could be because it's a 2B, so it doesn't blend out as nicely, or it could be because it's a little bit thicker. I'm not quite sure about that. These are the markers here, and as you can see, they don't really blend the nicest, but again, this is not marker paper. This is the Canson XL mixed media paper, and they did bleed through quite a bit. So they bled onto this and through the back a little bit. So just be mindful of that. Maybe put a piece of paper in between your papers while using this, or take the paper out of the book itself. But even if you're using it onto a surface, just be mindful that it's going to come through onto whatever's underneath of it. But the colors themselves are nice and vibrant, so I do like that. These are the Brunzeel pencils. So what I did here was I did one with just the pencil. I burnished it. And then I did a medium pressure layer for both here. And I burnished one with the Lyra Rembrandt Splender blender. So here I did that. And the other one I blended out with Gamsol mineral odorless spirits. My goodness, that was a mouthful. So as you can see, when I just burnished just the pencil itself, it was nice and vibrant. The other two, I can barely see a difference between them, between the blending pencil and the odorless mineral spirits. So I feel like this does work very well, except it was a lot harder on my hands and my wrist just because I was burnishing, you know, little areas. And even though they are small areas, I find my wrist gets really tired out, and even my fingers will start hurting if I'm burnishing too much. So that's why I do prefer to do my odorless mineral spirits. And now this is just one layer. So of course, if you keep layering up, it'll get more opaque, but just to give you an idea. Now the only pencil that I had break on me was the brown here, so I did go ahead and resharpen that. And once it was sharpened, you can see the nice sharp point that I did get out of this. And I did just use a mechanical, an automatic sharpener for this because I just wanted to sharpen it real quick. But I did get a nice point, and it did, you know, the point has lasted. So I don't know if the lead was just a little bit brittle, but here I am, I'm going and kind of pushing hard, and I'm getting little pieces like breaking off, but the point's not breaking itself. So I'm not sure if these are more of like an oil-based pencil. Actually, let's see if it says on here, because I find they did hold their points pretty well. Okay, well, I don't see if it says whether they're oil-based or not. I might try to look it up online. If I do, I'll put it here on the screen, or I'll put it down below in the description. Or if anybody watching this knows if these are, you know, primarily wax or oil-based, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to know. But they are nice, vibrant colors. So what I'm going to do now is sketch out something for the art portion of this video, and we'll jump right into that, and I will let you know my final thoughts on everything. Okay, so just quickly before I get into the artwork, I knew I had seen Brunzeel pencils by Smartart before, and I had found this sheet that I had done swatches on. So I keep a book and just do like the swatches each month of what we've been getting. But in October of 2020, we did get a set of Brunzeel pencils. Now, it's not the exact same ones as these ones, but we did get them, and we got some Spectrum Noir Illustrator markers. So I knew we had a set similar to this, and I actually created this artwork with those pencils and markers. So if you guys are interested in seeing that video, I'll either link it down in the description, or you can go back through my videos and watch that. But I knew we had had some Brunzeel pencils before, so that's interesting. So for the art pieces for this month's box, I was kind of inspired by the pop art that they had done with the citrus one. So I kind of wanted to recreate that. And I used the yellow marker, the green, the pink, and the blue marker to do that. And all I did was the opposite color that I used to draw the citrus fruit. I just used the green for the outside or the yellow for the inside, and then I switched it. And this was actually quite fun, and I like how this one turned out. I was a bit surprised with the markers because I wasn't being super careful how I was blending them, and I would sort of go around the citrus fruit, and then I would go up and down, and I thought I was going to get some streaky marks, but I was pleasantly surprised that it ended up drying super smooth. So that kind of surprised me because I feel like these were a little bit more cheaper markers, but they blended great that way. Now, they don't blend great color to color, but I mean, again, this is still not really marker paper. I probably should test them on marker paper, but I don't want to use them too much because I am going to put them in the giveaway pile for a future giveaway. I just wanted to test them for the box and for the artwork. The next thing I noticed with these markers was they did bleed quite a bit. So at first I was having trouble creating those little triangle areas inside the slice of the lemon, because I noticed if I put them too close, the markers were just bleeding together. So I realized I had to leave enough space in between to let the marker bleed. And once I figured that one out, it was a lot easier doing the rest of them. Now for the next piece that I'm doing, I always like to try to combine all the prompts into one piece. So again for this month, the prompts were citrus, melted, crunchy, and icy. So I thought this drink combined the prompts perfectly because we obviously have the piece of the citrus fruit there. It's melted because the ice is melting, and then also the ice in the drink is crunchy and icy. So I thought it was a good way to combine them all. Now I did do a base layer pretty much all over with the markers, which worked out great, and the pencils did layer on top of the markers very well. However, the only thing that I noticed was the pencils didn't blend super great with themselves. So as you're seeing, I'm having a bit of trouble transitioning from a red to an orange to a yellow towards the bottom middle of the drink. And so I'm really having to put a lot of pencil down, and I even eventually go over top of the pencil with that yellow marker again, just sort of as a Hail Mary trying to blend them out. And I feel like the marker actually blended them out better than blending the pencils in themselves. Now, I did forget to grab that Lyra Rembrandy pencil blender, so I wish I would have tried that out, but unfortunately I just was getting a little frustrated and forgot to grab that pencil. But I am, quite pleased with how it turned out in the end. I did go on top with the white pencil, and I'm slightly disappointed with that one because it's not as pigmented as some other colored pencils out there. However, I feel like this is a more cheaper, affordable brand, so you can't really expect the colored pencils to be as vibrant. Now, I shouldn't say colored pencils because the other pencils were pretty vibrant. It was just the white that was kind of dull. So I did go and try to, lighten some areas where the ice cubes were in the drink to try to get some highlights on that piece of orange. And also I tried to go around the glass to create that sort of rim look, and that didn't work at all. So I should have left a little, white edge between the edge of the glass and the where I was putting the marker and the colors, but I just kind of assumed I'd be able to go on top with that colored pencil. Now, if I was really trying to make this a complete piece, I could go on top with a gel pen or pull another colored pencil out if I wanted to, but I was really trying to stick to the products that came in the box. Now, I wasn't going for complete realism. Obviously, I wanted you to be able to look at this and say, oh, that's a glass of drink with an orange slice there. But I didn't want to take too long on this project. I always like to do something that's within an hour long, that it's a quick project. I can try the materials out, and I did that. But overall, I am pretty happy with how this came out. And markers and colored pencils are one of my favorite mediums to combine anyway. I do have a big set of Copics, and I use them a lot with colored pencils over top. So I really do like this style. And I am pretty happy still with the Smartart box. I really enjoyed this month. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. If you did, please like the video. Please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell so you know when I post my videos. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.